A note from last time. Several notes.
First I was afraid, I was petrified, to think that I could never live without you by my side.
Ye gods! Simon, you're not leaving the house like that.
I don't understand when I fit in.
Friends of Dorothy, Episode 4, Getting to Know You, by David Rector. The kitchen, 7:55 p.m. Simon is seen leaving the house in full drag. The front door is closed.
What was that?
I'm not entirely sure.
Isn't it patently obvious?
Si is a drag queen.
What, like royalty?
He's a female impersonator. The drag culture has been in existence for centuries, all the way back to the court of Queen.
I don't think Viv wanted an anthrax
Anthropological.
history lesson. Nobody had a clue?
No, I'd have noticed clobber like that when we sorted our boxes. He's keeping it under wraps.
That's some dress to keep under wraps.
Frock.
Does this mean he thinks he's a girl?
Seemingly. For at least 4 hours, 5 nights a week. It must be his singing gig.
Clearly, he isn't going to church like that.
So he's a transsexual?
No, I don't think so. He'd be a cross-dresser.
What's the difference?
Actually, this is all supposition on our part.
Really? Do our eyes deceive us?
Cross-dressing is a preference to don the opposite gender's attire. Drag is cabaret, burlesque. It's entertainment. Transsexual is where one believes one is born in the wrong body.
Are you one of those two, Mikey?
No, this one is none of the above. I prefer my own clothes and quite happy in this body. Although a bit more musculature would be good.
So why does he do it?
It's performance. It's art. It's a job.
I find it unedifying.
Isn't that a bit judgmental? It's all part of the queertopia, isn't it?
How do you know so much? I didn't think bisexuals went to gay bars.
Well, I can happily disabuse you of that notion.
Steph, can you translate for me, please?
I've been around. I've seen drag shows. They can be a hoot and a half.
They're demeaning to women.
It's just a bit of fun, Mother Superior.
At best, it's an exaggerated representation of femininity, and at worst, obscene. It mocks women. I mean, look at the size of that dress.
Frock.
It must weigh as much as Simon does. More.
Why didn't he tell us?
Maybe he feared this very reaction.
It doesn't look quite right. I mean, it's obvious he's a boy trying to be a girl.
Perfectly summed up, Viv. That's what drag is.
That's a bit simplistic.
Well, I wouldn't call it art. Meryl Streep in Sophie's Choice, now that was sublime.
I'd pay to see Meryl in an oversized frock and wig belting out, "I will survive."
Well, you wanted some variety in your queer household, and you certainly got it, Steph.
Indeed, be careful what you wish for. It shouldn't really surprise me. He does present a very interesting mix of masculine and feminine.
You're very quiet, Viv. You okay?
Yes, just taking it all in. Vivi is becoming queerer by the moment.
Oh, God help us.
The kitchen, 7:50 a.m. Mikey skips out of his bedroom into the nook, targeting the phone at the end of the counter. He is in pyjamas, a suitably quirky, juvenile patterned matching top and bottom. He dials.
Laurence, wakey wakey, hands off snakey. No morning glory. Big night. Did you do something I wouldn't do? Oh, I've done that. And that. And that. Oh, who hasn't done that? Oh, please. I've got first class honours in that. My pants are not on fire.
Simon has emerged from his corner during the interchange. Mikey has had his back to him. Simon listens intently.
What's your tally now? I'm gaining on you, Lorenzo. I'm right behind you. No, not like that. I am not all talk. Well, I am told to shut up quite a lot during, but I find it too ooky not to speak or make sounds, especially during all the, action.
Simon coughs, indicating his presence. Mikey is startled.
Oh, Larry, can we catch up tomorrow? Yes, some lubrication at the Albury. 7 o'clock? Then on to the Golden Arches. 8 for Glory Be Thy... okay, copy you later.
I'm very sorry to intrude.
It's fine. I forgot you were in earshot. It's not as vulgar as it sounds. It's worse.
Your boyfriend?
Yuck, no. Larry, Lawrence, Lazaro, or Lassie when she misbehaves. He's my best boy. Strictly plutonic.
Nice. So you do the scene together?
Yes, but we are extremely competitive and combative. Honey, this beat ain't big enough for both of us, if you catch my drift.
Oh, I do. It sounds lively.
How about you, Si? Do you have a regular squeeze?
No boyfriend. No time. Not even for a one-night stand. I haven't got a single evening free.
That's a shame. Pretty young thing like you.
My nights off, I have so much to prepare, to rehearse for the performances.
You put on quite an act last night for us.
I did notice there was a hush. Was everyone surprised?
That would be an understatement. Why didn't you tell us you were a drag queen?
Well, I kinda did. Last night, I hoped that I wouldn't have to, come out formally.
You actually burst out, Si. Spectacularly. How'd you keep it hidden at the boarding house?
With great difficulty, so I had to leave the frocks at the club. But I would find bits and pieces missing, so I was hoping to store all my outfits here.
You're really getting good value for that $6.25, aren't you, Si?
A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
I'm fine with it. I love a good drag show. Even a bad one. The more tragic, the better. But Steph, not so much.
I thought this was a safe gay environment.
It is, but seeing Mae West stagger through our living room was a bit of a shock.
Am I going to be asked to leave?
Oh, Si, no. Of course not. I don't think so. I would hope not. No, it won't come to that. It's pretty unlikely. I'm sure it'll be okay. Nothing to worry about.
I hope you're right. I'm running out of couches to surf. Tents and tarps to hide in.
It'll be fine, I promise. I'd better go slide down the bat pole and into my librarian outfit. My other persona. See? We're all a bit bent in our own way.
And we are all in some kind of drag, aren't we?
Wait till you see Steph's get up. The butch version. No, just kidding. Don't tell her I said so. She'll kick me from here to Sunday.
The kitchen, 9:20 p.m. Steph and William are unpacking the groceries. William is by the fridge. Steph is passing items from the counter to him.
I had no idea food was so expensive. Our budget will need to be strictly adhered to.
Is this the first time you've done a grocery shop?
I would do small errands for my folks, but that was when the housekeeper was on holidays.
Wow, a servant. How positively bourgeois.
Not really. Both my parents work, so the assistance was essential. 3 kids, all boys, a lot of mess. Sights, sounds and smells. Your parents had no help?
Oh, good God, no. A proper Jewish wife must do it all. Well, in my family anyway. The martyr was a well-used trope. I did rail against the notion of a dutiful little wife whose place was in the kitchen. Look where I am now.
Your mum was that?
Not since Helen Reddy sang I Am Woman and Jermaine Greer came along, and some added grandstanding from me. But now, instead of 1 downtrodden woman, there's 3. My sisters were co-opted. My brother and father do Zippo, nada, Gornished.
Gornished?
Yiddish for nothing.
Do your folks know you're a lesbian?
No, yes. Talk about it? Never. Every other subject is thrashed about, but my sexuality, in hushed tones. Have you come out to yours?
As what? Bisexual? If I told them I bat for both teams, they'd think I was defecting to England to beat us in the Ashes.
So what do they know?
Suspect, I reckon. Everything and nothing. Like you, we don't speak of anything personal. Sport, politics, religion, all A-OK, but sex? A no-no. I'm eternally surprised my parents had rubbed uglies at least 3 times to make us boys. Where do these choc chip biscuits go?
On to Mikey's face. Pimples. Pantry's fine. Keep them away from my herbals, thank you.
You two are so very different. How did you come to be friends?
All the way back to kindergarten, if you can believe it. We knew even then we were different and joined forces. Been inseparable ever since. He drives me batty, but he's loyal to a fault.
The lime cordial? Fridge or cupboard?
I prefer it down the sink, but he likes it. God-awful stuff. The fridge for that.
We only ran a few bucks over budget, which all things considered, Mikey's delights, we did okay.
You're great with numbers, William. Do you work in accounts?
No, general admin.
The public service, yes?
Yep, the Commonwealth.
Do you know what you're going to do in the future?
It changes. I do 3-year plans. I'm in the middle of one now. A holding pattern. You?
Well, I've just started my 3rd degree in 6 years, so still fathoming it. But I just love being a student.
But what good is all that education if you don't use it?
I use it. Academia is something to be proud of. You've experienced it.
Once, but 3 times? Isn't that a bit of a wank? Don't you want to just get out there and live?
I am. I do. You're a public servant. How is that living?
Teachers, nurses, police, they're all public servants. I think it's noble to serve the public.
I serve them at the health food shop and it helps put me through uni. My parents aren't rich. I want to take care of myself.
Okay, sorry. I seem to have hit a raw nerve.
No, it's fine. We're just getting to know one another. I think I'll call it a night.
Yep, me too. Got to be up early to push some pens for the government.
Touché, William, touché. Good night.
Night, Steph.
There is a stiff cordiality as they exit to their bedrooms. The next day, 7:15 a.m. William is seen eating cereal at the kitchen nook. Mikey wanders in wearing outrageously patterned pyjamas. He opens the fridge door and blankly stares into it. Steph strides in.
Morning, all!
Shh!
What?
Simon is attempting his 4 hours of sleep.
Steph rolls her eyes, opens a cupboard, extracting a bowl, noisily. Mikey gives her a death stare. She then yanks open the cutlery drawer.
Steph, an elephant would make less noise than you. Wills, where's my Frosties?
Out of stock, and don't call me Wills, please.
William points to the cornflakes. He then mouths the words.
What?
Mikey has no idea and tries mouthing his not understanding back. Steph pulls out a stool with great vim and vigour.
You're doing it on purpose.
Yes, I am. I'm not going to tiptoe and play charades every morning so Sleeping Beauty is undisturbed.
She's not a morning person. She's a grumble bum.
William smiles, getting up carefully and quietly moves his stool back into position. Mikey gives a gentle hand clap.
What else can I have? Ugh, just cornflakes. It's like eating paper.
Well, yesterday's Herald is over there. Plenty of fibre in it. Just pour some of that green gunk over it.
Very funny.
William waves goodbye and tries to indicate he's leaving.
What's that, Skip? There's a man trapped under a rock at Stony Point Road?
You're not being very nice, Steph. You like your peace and quiet on the Sabbath. Simon needs his every morning. Must be exhausting reading people's auras by day and belting out torch songs by night.
Simon wanders in, dressed in a busily bright kimono.
This isn't a share house. It's a circus.
Well, I'm not the bearded lady.
Don't worry about me. I've been up for a while.
But a growing bambino transvestite needs her rest, or she won't mature into a grand dame drag queen.
I've got back-to-back appointments this morning. A tarot, 2 crystal gazings, 1 astrology, and 3 palms to read.
You have a client with 3 hands?
Told you it was a circus. Mikey, if you were having a mind reading, it would reveal a vacant lot. I suggest you go shower or you'll miss out.
Mikey skips away. Simon gives Steph a quizzical look.
I think you might have hurt Mikey's feelings there, Steph.
Oh, really? Don't think so. It's just our way.
Steph gives a reflective nod, with only a glimmer of contrition. They share an uncomfortable moment.
Do you have lectures today?
No, just one tutorial, then half a day at the shop.
Nice.
Well, I'd better be on my way.
I guess you don't approve of what I do?
I don't know that it's my place to approve of anything or anyone.
But my psychic powers are most definitely telling me that you clearly don't.
Well, okay. I don't like women being mocked.
I'm not intending to insult anyone with my act. I love women, and with respect, you've not seen a full performance yet.
Okay, I grant you that. But from what I saw, your unshaven face, big hair, and that ridiculously oversized dress...
Frock! It's just a bit of fun.
Why do you need to overemphasize the makeup? The eyebrows borrowed from Robert Menzies, the walk of John Wayne, all the while sounding like a dilapidated Frank Sinatra.
But what do you really think, Steph?
A heckler from the wings I don't need, Mikey.
We get heckled every night. It comes with the territory. I enjoy being a female in my own way.
So, if you are genuinely wanting to be a woman, why make her so grotesque? No offence.
None taken. That's just how it's done.
I beg to differ. Look at Carlotta.
Who?
Oy vey. Transsexual performer. Les girls? They want to be women. They become women.
Sai doesn't want to be a woman, just comically dress up as one.
That proves my point. Women don't have facial hair and deep voices. If you're going to impersonate, perhaps you need to model yourself a little more on the genuine article.
Take a look in the mirror, Steph. Are you the genuine article?
You're sailing a little too close to the wind there, Mikey.
I don't want to cause any friction.
You aren't, Sai, but Steph could go a little easier on you. Queertopia is about embracing all of us, is it not?
Mikey skips out of the room again.
Feminism is about not condoning ridicule. If men want to be more like women, they can. Emulate our qualities, our courage, our strength and great heart.
I thought I was, through glamour, poise, and style.
Simon is looking a bit bruised from the discussion.
Being a woman is about so much more. It's not just parading around, being an object and dressing up like Barbie.
Drag is an expression of who I am, not all that I am.
If I may, Simon, you appear more feminine when you are yourself than when you appoint all those excessive frills. You have quite the duopoly of gender already within you. I think we all do.
You certainly do, Ernest. Ernestine. Ernie.
I am an out and proud woman and a lesbian.
How is your butch garb any different to Simon's drag outfit, Steph?
Will you stop popping in and out, Mikey? You're like a deranged cookie clock.
Cooey, ooh!
And here's another.
Come in, Viv. We're just having a domestic.
Viv purposefully sits down.
Oh, shall I come back?
I'd prefer you didn't. We're having a D&M.
What's that? Like a G&T? Gin and tonic?
Deep and meaningful. Viv, you are welcome, but must you continually drop in with no notice or invite?
Oh, sorry, dolls. I just wanted to bring around some baking I did. Especially for you, Steph.
You caught me by surprise. It's barely 7:30 and I am still waking up.
Egg on face, Steph. Not a good look. Any time.
I remembered you saying you were Jewish, and I knew I had a cookbook Mama Blob gave me with international recipes and specialities. I found your Friday night bread.
Oh, Viv. Words fail me.
Steph, you really must think before you speak.
That is the pot calling the kettle black, which will be your colour if you don't cease and desist.
It's halor, isn't it?
Yes, Hala. It's a traditional way to begin the Sabbath with prayers for bread and wine.
Viv produces a massive slab of bread from her bag.
Wow, that's quite the whopper. It's huge.
Is it always that big?
No. Were you making it for a small nation, Viv?
I must have miscalculated. I'm usually spot on.
It could be a weapon of mass destruction. Borders on the pornographic. Reminds me of the guy.
This is such a thoughtful gesture. Thank you.
It should last you.
Till 1986.
I saw you hauling in your shop and I know how expensive things are. So I said to myself, Viv, I said, I'll save them some bread. Get it?
Not much gets past you, does it?
Well, enjoy it, ducks. I'll get out of your hair.
Stay for a coffee, Viv.
Nah, it's okay. I've imposed. Won't do it again.
Steph, really, she just wanted to be nice.
I know, but there is such a thing as too nice.
Not in this house. Not today.
You really are potato au gratin this morning.
I think you mean persona non grata. And yes, I must have got out of bed on the wrong side.
If you'd climbed out of the window, none of this would have happened.
Saturday night, 7 p.m. William, in smart casual attire, is on the phone. Simon is in the background getting dressed. During William's call, Mikey quietly but comically tiptoes around, ostensibly to tidy, but in reality, eavesdropping. He edges closer to William without being sprung.
Yes, okay, that sounds like fun. I could do with some normality for a night. It's like I'm in a stage play and I'm one of the actors. It's only been a week, yet it seems like a month. So much to tell you. Half an hour? Yeah, should be fine. I'll meet you there. Thanks. Yes. Can you let Leslie know too? The Three Musketeers, out and about. Okay, see you soon, Robin. Oh, and tell Leslie to be on time, please. Last one to arrive pays for dinner. That'll get Les moving for sure. Okay, bye.
Mikey scrambles to head out of the room. William swings around after hanging up and Mikey feigns entering the room whilst leaving it and loses his balance in so doing.
I'm such a clumsy cod. You'd think my shoelaces were tied together. Again.
Mikey, what's on your menu for Saturday night?
Larry has found a new haunt for us to hang out.
Oh yes? A bar? A nightclub? A restaurant?
A toilet block. We do the beats on a Saturday night. We call it community service.
Why community service?
We serve the gay, the straight, and everything in between. It can be like Central Station. Lots of coming and going. Literally. How about you? Getting up to any mischief?
No, a quick dinner then a show.
By yourself, or is that code for something naughty?
No, with two friends.
Oh, a threesome. How fascinatingly modern.
If you say so.
Mikey is pensively waiting for more information, but it doesn't occur.
Well, I must get cracking. Have a good night, and don't skip a beat.
That's very clever. You too.
William grabs his keys and leaves. Steph wanders in. Simon waddles past wearing a gaudy Dolly Parton outfit and wig askew. Steph rolls her eyes at Mikey.
Well, I have to love you and leave you. So many men, so little time.
Is William out for the night?
Yes, and I am none the wiser, other than he's hanging out with a Robin and a Leslie.
You eavesdropped?
How else will I know? He's such a closed book.
It's called privacy? I know it's a foreign concept for you.
Robin. Could be a girl Robin or a boy Robin.
Does it matter?
Of course it matters. I need to know whether he is a true bisexual. Leslie could be a girl Leslie or a...
Yes, I get it. What does a true bisexual look like anyway?
Not sure it exists, but still, I need to know.
No, I don't think you do. Let him be, will you? It's definitely real. He may be attracted to both genders and wish to have relations with either or both. Although, hopefully not at the same time. I wonder if he divulges that to all his dates.
He's a mystery dressed in a skinny tie. I tells ya, it's the quiet ones you gotta watch.
Not true. You haven't got a quiet cell in your body, and you most definitely require watching.
Perfect motive for the evening.
Mikey leaps at Steph, giving her a bear hug.
Motif. Step back, please. You've used too much cologne. It's more like a douse than a splash.
My fragrance must neutralise the urine cakes.
Oh, that's lovely. Your smell has attached itself to me.
You are what you wear, so now you're a brute.
Oh, great. I'll have to shower again.
I thought you were braiding your hair tonight or plaiting your puss.
That's way over the line, mister. So, Shelley's coming over after nightfall.
What, is she a vampire? You kinky les, you.
After Shabbat, you Nimrod. It just doesn't feel right to have pleasure on the holiest day of the week, so we wait until the Sabbath is over.
Every day is a holy day of pleasure for me.
We're still getting to know one another. This is our first proper date.
Don't make it too proper. Get it on. Make it racy. Strip poker. Or plait each other's.
Mikey, enough. And remove yourself from my person. Those fragrance particles are still penetrating my epidermis. I need to go and scrub off that brute.
Hopefully that'll be me in a few hours.
Get out.
Mikey darts away into his bedroom. Steph sniffs her top. 9:45 p.m. Steph is sprawled on the three-seater looking around pensively. She gets up, looks across at the beanbag, considers it, then does so, landing on it in an unedifying posture. She scrambles out. Shelley, 27, has entered the room. She has a dry, spirited air.
We are not doing it on that thing. Is this your idea of foreplay?
No, but the sofa was too much of a cliche.
Do you have a bed?
I do. Would you like to see it?
Well, I don't want to make it. We'd only mess it up, wouldn't we? Come on, let's get messy.
Are you sure you want to go to the next stage?
Is this an obstacle course, Steph? I'm into you. Do you want that in writing?
No, but you can draw it on my back or up my leg or any other body
Come
part.
on, let's go. Neither of us is getting any younger, but certainly hornier. We might return to that contraption. We could take turns on top.
Steph grins, and they awkwardly alternate between a hug, holding hands, then linking arms and striding into the bedroom, laughing. Simon lets himself in the house and is still with Dolly Parton get-up. He hears the laughter and darts behind his room divider. He waits for silence to head to the bathroom, but the hilarity returns. He crosses his legs with some urgency. The front door opens and Viv is clutching a freaked-out Mikey.
Come on, pet. You'll feel better inside your own home.
Why can't I stay with you, Viv?
I told you the blob's about, and you know his dislike of people, especially homosexuals.
But I'm shaking, Viv, and not in a good way.
It's a good way? Come on, let's get you to the settee. There. Now, put your feet up.
I'm just glad you were home. I was so scared.
Viv strokes his forehead, then steps back from him.
I'm always home, dolls. We don't go out. The blob is as the blob does. Now, what happened?
Is the door definitely closed? Is it locked?
Simon peers from behind his cubicle as Viv faces the door.
Yes, pet, I closed it.
Can you double check? And see if there's anyone out there?
Why would anyone be out there? Let's look together.
I think I've lost the use of my legs. Can you do it by yourself, Viv?
Mikey, put your big boy pants on and come to the door. And why are we whispering?
I don't want him to see or hear me.
Who?
The weirdo who followed me home.
From where?
From... never mind. I was using the convenience and, he took a bit of a shine to me.
Well, what's wrong with that?
He was creepy and wouldn't take no for an answer.
No to what?
Never mind, he gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Viv has gone back to the front door. Mikey cautiously follows. Simon has tiptoed around the divider to dart into the bathroom, but is thwarted by noises emanating from the bedroom. He retreats. Viv carefully opens the door, holding Mikey's hand. She looks around, then closes it.
Couldn't you ring the blob and ask him to heavy the creep?
What? Call from next door? How silly. I could just shout from the window. Anyway, he is glued to the armchair, literally, with sweat. Ugh.
I'll never leave the house again.
Now, shall I call the police?
Are you crazy? I'll get arrested. Never mind.
But you haven't done anything wrong. Settle, Petal. I'll make you a cup of tea.
Oh, I'm going to be sick. Oh, God.
Mikey races to the toilet. Simon hides, legs crossed still.
My tea's not that bad. Silly boy. Too much imagination, that's his problem.
Viv glides into the nook and begins to fill the kettle. Shelley bursts out of the bedroom in very little attire and heads to the kitchen to be startled by Viv.
Oh,
Hello, love. Who are you?
I want to ask you the same question.
Okay, I'm Viv.
Shelley, but what are you doing here?
I'm always here.
Oh, really? Well, that is interesting. Steph has never mentioned you.
Oh, well, no, she wouldn't. I think she's a bit embarrassed that she knows me. She'd prefer to keep me out of sight.
Yes, well, that's what I was suspecting.
Shell, I thought you were just getting a glass of Viv.
Why, Steph, you never mentioned you had a girlfriend. Why wasn't I told?
Funny that.
Oh, Gavolt, you don't really think that this woman is my girlfriend?
Well, you do look quite similar.
You, Viv, not her. Shelley, I am not, underline, not having a relationship with Viv.
Mikey emerges from the bathroom having heard the last exchange.
You could do worse, Steph. Viv is kind and brave, and pretty too, for an oldie.
Simon, in full Dolly Parton drag, sprints to the bathroom.
I'm sorry. I can't hold it any longer.
What? Another woman? Who the hell is that?
Oh, no, she's a he, or he's a she. I'm not sure. It seems to change from day to day.
That's our roommate, Simon. He's a drag queen.
Why was he hiding over there?
He's not meant to be home yet. This is not what it looks like. I promise you that, Shell.
Really? I thought it was obvious, even to me.
It's always this busy here. It's like a soap opera.
More like a nut house.
It's really not. Shelley,
I thought you wanted something uncomplicated.
I do, with you, not them. They're not meant to be here.
Simon returns from the bathroom to his divider, smiling.
Honestly, we are all nothing to her.
Not helping, Mikey, not helping.
I can't abide secrets. We live enough lies. Honesty and transparency are crucial for me, Steph.
I have been honest with you. Ignore them.
William enters to find Steph, Shelley, Mikey, Simon in the lounge in various states of dishevelment, and Viv in the kitchen.
Is this a slumber party or an intervention?
What are you doing home so early?
Oh, massive drama. A huge scene. Leslie walked out in the middle of it all, and Robin couldn't take any more and left me high and dry.
Right, that's it. I've heard and seen enough for one night. Steph, I like you, but this is too much and too weird. See you at the group. Oof.
Shelley storms out of the house, semi-dressed.
Shelley, wait. We were just getting started.
Naughtiness interrupt us.
Well, if you clowns weren't here, I would be getting to know a woman I like very much.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to like you, getting
Stop!
to...
Going to kill you, going to get rid of all of you.
Shelley re-enters, ignores all on her way to the bedroom.
Ugh!
That's the ticket, love. Give it another go.
See? Viv's cool. She's over, Steph. Really?
Everything can be sorted out. Breathe. In with the good air and out with the bad.
Steph lets out another scream and heads for the bedroom but is intercepted by a determined Shelley, who has her shoes in one hand and her cardigan in the other.
Screams are good too. Primal ones, but not ideal for creating harmony and openness. A relationship needs clear and pure pathways of communication.
Ugh!
You come back again, y'all.
Nice to meet you, I think. I don't know anymore.
Arg! Steph charges into her bedroom and slams the door.
See? Gay men are not the only drama queens.
So you're feeling better, young Michael?
Yes, thanks. One good heave, then. This piece of theatre made me forget all of my troubles.
Why? What happened to you?
He was followed home. Most unsettled he was, on my doorstep, whimpering and pleading for help.
Who was he?
Never mind. It's all over now. Why are you here, Si? Or should I call you Dolly?
Polly Darton. The club was raided. Again. I sped out of there as fast as my heels could move. Sequins everywhere, as Dolly sings, "Goodness gracious, great balls of fire!"
And a good night was had by all.
I think we could all do with some tea after that. Have you got any of that bread left over?
You won't want to miss the next episode. Trust me.
The role of Mikey is played by Declan Clifford.
Steph is performed by Tessa Nielsen.
Hello, my name is River Stevens and I am playing Simon.
Hi, I'm Riley Nottingham and I'm playing William.
I'm Martine Halliday and I'm playing Viv.
Introducing Rosa Ablett Johnston as Shelley.
My name is Barry Michael and the songs featured here were written and performed by me.
Recorded at Big Ears Audio by Adrian Ricciotti and Tony Lazaro. And I'm Joanna Halliday and I've been your storyteller. Friends of Dorothy was written, produced, directed and edited by David Rector.
If only I could sing.
Copyright 2024.